G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard without a sign. It's horrible. It's horrible and white. And I had a leak. So I had to take my sign down. I sorted it out, it's fine. And I can't really get to it to put it back up. I might try later, but hey. What's going on? It's been another fucking ridiculously hectic week. I've really not got a lot done. Last upload was the MOT on Blue. I did no prep. I checked the lights. I made sure the headstock bearings weren't gripping. I checked my pads to make sure they were fine, but that was it, and it just flew through. It's a fucking brilliant bike. It just goes and goes and goes, and it gets abused. A couple of guys have asked, just short of 2,000 miles in a year, which, considering the abuse that this gets, is pretty damn good. CBF's just standard for me, unsexy bikes, but just fucking brilliant. They go forever. Anyway, with minimum maintenance. Let's go back to this ongoing fucking disaster. On the Xj650 on the tank, I painted the underside. I thought I put the new petcock on, chucked petrol in it, and it pissed it everywhere. When I stripped it off, it's been lined before. I did clean it. I was looking at relining it. I've emptied it, and I had 3 pinholes down the side. I've chucked some filler on the top. That's not a solution by any stretch of the imagination. I was going to see if I could get away without relining the inside. I can't, so I've put that on there just to plug the holes while I go through the sealant process. So don't worry, I'm not completely delling it, I'm just chucking filler on stuff. It's there purely and simply to seal it while I seal it, if you catch my drift. So to seal it on the outside, if this hand is air, that's the tank. To seal it on the outside so that I can put stuff on the top to clean it and seal it, etc., without it all just falling out of those pinholes. Now it's going to be probably one upload for the weekend, because this is a slow process. So what I've got is this stuff. Come on, bend, you bugger. A bit of zoomage. There we go. So what I've got is this tank cure stuff. Now I have used this before, but I didn't do the full process, so I thought, don't do the same thing again, do it slightly different, do it better. So I've got the cleaner, which is the blue. I've got the deruster, which is the red, and then I've got the sealant. Now this stuff is essentially, where are you? There we go. Tank cleaner, special cleaner for petrol residue. Pour into the tank, shake thoroughly after closing the tank filler opening. Keep cleaner in for several hours. Shake tank regularly. After removal of the cleaner, swill it out with water. Dry tank thoroughly before application of tank cure sealant, or actually of this stuff. This is similar, put it in, but it needs to be at room temperature. So rather than drag a stinky petrol tank into the house now, I'm going to clean it first with this stuff, hopefully. Yeah, so let's get set up. Right, obviously I have blocked the petcock hole. I'm not worried about this stuff on paintwork or what effect it may or may not have on it. I think this was 40 quid, 48 quid I think. So, as it says, seal it off. Give it a shake. Leave it to do its magic. So, what's the plan, Matt? Well, the plan is, it's currently Saturday midday. I think what I'm going to do is leave this in here, because this doesn't need to be at room temperature, so I'll leave it out in the cold garage doing its thing. Leave it out here for the day. I might do some low-level tinkering on Blue, actually, because he needs a bit of a clean-up. And then this evening I will whip this stuff out, wash it out, dry it out with the old blower, stick the rust thingy in it, and give that a few shakes throughout the night, and then leave it to do its business overnight, with the intention of on Sunday putting the tank cure stuff in. Give that a swill around and all that sort of stuff on Sunday. It says 7 days to do its thing. I'll leave it to do its thing, and then should be good for next weekend. Right, that'll do me for now. It will be a mere blur effect for you, or a fade effect for you, and we'll see how we're getting on. It'll be late, so I won't bother filming, pouring that out and swilling water. I'll see how it goes. We play it by ear on this channel. Right, we're back on the next day. It is a beautiful sunny day, and the audio sounds weird because there isn't any, so I'm having to do this as a voiceover, which really irritates me. I've been through 2 processes, so as I said a couple of seconds ago, I suppose, I've been through the cleaner. I've also been through the rust remover on the tank, hiding it in the house overnight to keep it at room temperature, and giving it a shake and a bit of a agitate throughout the evening. By agitate, I mean annoying the missus, because I bought a fuel tank into the house, which, yeah, I had to hide it next to the washing machine. It was fine. Didn't find it. So looking at the tank, it's really difficult to show the inside of a tank, so I tried a torch, I tried a camera, you can't do it. I then remembered that I've got this little endoscope. I can't remember why I bought it. I was trying to fish stuff out from around a spark plug before. It's only about 6-7 quid, something like that. Little Chinese thing. Doesn't work on my phone, on my recording phone, but it does on my own mobile. So let's drop some footage in. I can. Right, so I'll dip in this video. It's, the top end like the bridge, if you like, the bit that goes over the frame. It's pretty good. There's some bits and lumps and bumps on it, but it's done a half decent job. It's very difficult to do this, so I do apologise. Not very good with an endoscope camera, particularly when it's got some crap stuck to it. There we go. It's really disorientating, but as you can see, it's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Right, and back to the crappy voiceover as I get the endoscope away. I now need to get this as dry as I possibly can, so it's time for the old blower to come out. I don't just want to jam it in and leave it on full, because it's just going to melt that paint that I put on the bottom, which isn't a problem if it does, but I'd try and avoid it. So just jam in the blower, stick it on a low setting, keep an eye on it, and see how much I can dry it out. Right, that tank is as dry as I can get it. Now I'm going for the old tank cure, so it's a 2-part. He says, full of knowledge he doesn't have. I did have a pot to mix it into, but as you can see, that's half empty. So presumably just mix it in the pot. So that's the other part of it. gloopy. Right, I'll leave that to sort itself out and I'll fast forward you. Nice, so that's shite out. Right, I've done the old drilling a bit of wire as a whisk. They've gone from clear to all white and gloopy. I'm not going to tell you what that's reminding me of, but there are several websites dedicated exclusively to it. It seems to have increased in volume as well, and I think it might have got warmer. There's some sort of endothermic reaction there. A good word for a Sunday. Right. The next question is how I get it in there. Milk bowl. Ubiquitous multi-use milk carts. I have made sure that I have put the plug back in the petcock because it's running up to Christmas. I've checked it twice because the last thing I want to do is just have this shit just pouring straight out of the pot. Have I got a spoon or anything spoonish? I'll make sure I get as much of that in as I can. Anything spoonish? I've got the lid. So I don't want to waste any of this. Gloves might have been a good idea. Oof. This is nasty, nasty shit. Right, I've not got too much wasted in the pot. Right, how's your view? Not bad. Right. This is about sealing the top, but the last thing I want is the cap to get covered in this gunk. So I've been around to see Charlie, the motorcycle rescuer. I borrowed one of his ball gags. I'm sure he won't mind. He's got loads. I doubt he'll even notice it's gone. Can't even see any teeth marks in it, so it must be one he's not used yet. And that's how I talk about friends. Christ, imagine how I talk about people I don't like. Right. Now, knowing the consistency of that stuff, which is basically gloop, I'm just going to spend the next 20 minutes, probably off camera, just trying to cover up as many surfaces as I can. And I won't subject you to watching a man waving a tank around, so I'll probably stop the video and drop you back in. Right, and there we go, that's been swished and spooled and everything else around. It's supposed to be at room temperature, so I'm going to take it inside now. The hardest part of using this stuff and going through this process, for me personally, is how to hide a tank in the house for 7 days without getting in trouble. But we'll see. That's supposed to be 7 days before it's petrol proof, or for it's proof to petrol. It is E10 compliant, resistant, that's the word. So we'll see. Right, that'll do me. I wonder if that will cure my pinholes or not, but I'm not going to rush it. I'll leave it the prescribed amount of time to do its thing, and then we'll see how the tank goes. And more importantly, we'll see how this runs on a tank with the choke attached, because I haven't had the choke attached before, and that's why I've been quick starting it, and just to see if that helps rather than the slightly bodged system on a dodgy petcock, a dodgy old petcock. Right, that'll do me for another one. Thanks for joining along. Thanks for watching. I don't do the whole please like and subscribe, but you know, if I'm keeping you amused as this as the weather turns and we start moving into winter and we all get a bit sad, then chuck a like down. Subscribe if you haven't before, and we'll keep each other company as these cold winter nights start drawing in a little bit more. Cheers all. I'll catch you later on. Ta-da.